In the 12th century, during the reign of either King Stephen or King Henry II, a mysterious tale began to unfold in the small village of Woolpit, located in Suffolk. This is a story that has captivated people for centuries and is considered one of the most enduring mysteries in English folklore. The account was recorded by two prominent chroniclers, William of Newburgh and Ralph of Coggeshall. One harvest season, near the old wolf pits from which the village got its name, something extraordinary occurred. Villagers working in the fields discovered two children, a brother and a sister, who appeared to be lost. The children were bizarre. Their skin had an otherworldly bright green hue, and their clothing was made from unfamiliar materials and styled unlike anything the villagers had ever seen. They were terrified and spoke in an unknown language that no one could understand. Their eerie and alien appearance brought both chaos and immense curiosity to the peaceful village. The children were taken to the home of Sir Richard Decane, a prominent local figure. Though bewildered, Sir Richard took them in and began to care for them. But a new problem arose. Despite appearing to be extremely hungry, the children refused all food offered by the villagers, including bread. For days, they ate nothing until they accidentally discovered some raw broad beans and began to eat them ravenously, as if that was the only familiar food they knew. This peculiar diet only reinforced the idea that the children were truly strangers from a strange land. As time passed, they gradually adapted to the village's food, and their green skin miraculously began to fade. The younger brother, however, weakened by the new environment, fell ill and passed away. The girl, however, survived and gradually regained her health. Over time, she learned English, was baptized, and eventually took the name Agnes Barr. Once she could communicate, Agnes shared her remarkable origin story. She said they came from a place called the Land of St. Martin, a land with no sun, only a perpetual twilight glow, where all the inhabitants had green skin like her own. One day, while tending to their father's livestock, the siblings stumbled upon a cave. Drawn by the sound of beautiful bells, they ventured inside and wandered for a long time before emerging on the other side. But what greeted them was not the twilight of their homeland, but the blinding sunlight of Woolpit. Lost and frightened, they could not find the cave's entrance again, and were eventually found by the villagers. As an adult, Agnes appears to have successfully assimilated into 12th century English society by marrying Richard Barry, a royal official. However, there are very few specific records of her life after the marriage. Considering her extraordinary origins, the fact that she seems to have lived an ordinary life is yet another mystery. Over the centuries, countless theories have emerged to explain this strange story. In the era when the story was recorded, people believed in fairies and other dimensional beings. This has led to imaginative speculation in modern times that the children were aliens or came from a subterranean world. The most convincing explanation is hypochromic anemia, often referred to as green sickness or chlorosis, a severe form of iron deficiency caused by malnutrition, which can give the skin a faint greenish tint. The fact that Agnes's skin color returned to normal as she recovered her health by eating a varied diet strongly supports this theory. It is highly probable that the children were the offspring of Flemish immigrants, who were fleeing persecution during the Great Revolt of 1173. The unknown language they spoke would have been a Dutch dialect that was foreign to the English at the time. The land of St. Martin that Agnes spoke of is presumed to be a Flemish community village called Fornham St. Martin, not far from Woolpit. The cave where the children wandered could have been the underground shafts of the local flint mines, where they might have been hiding from soldiers. The bells that drew them in could have been the bells of a nearby church, perhaps Bury St. Edmunds. In conclusion, the story of the Green Children of Woolpit is most likely the tragic, true story of Flemish refugee children who were lost amidst the ravages of war and suffered from severe malnutrition. However, what makes this tale so captivating even today is that the skeleton of historical fact is richly layered with folklore, mystery, and imagination about the unknown. This tale remains a strange yet captivating green thread, delicately woven into the rich tapestry of human history.